I'm Michael Haupt, author of the upcoming book Rebuilding Society, in which I discuss how to create healthy value flows between the three biggest actors in society. This is going to be a very quick video that talks about how to do that, just to give some brief examples, and obviously we're going to unpack this further in the book when it comes out later this year. So we're going to look at three different platforms that help us do this. The first is one called Restor.eco, which is a platform that allows you to register any particular regenerative project you're working on anywhere in the world, and it gives you all kinds of interesting information around that. The second tool we're going to look at is a conscious currency, cryptocurrency called Seeds, that's been designed from the ground up to incentivize regenerative projects. And the third is a report from the Club of Rome called Planetary Emergency 2.0, and I want to zoom into page 5. And specifically point number 9 on page 5. I'm going to ask you to pause the video and read it for yourself, but essentially what's coming is mandatory ESG reporting requirements for all corporates. That's environmental and social corporate governance reporting requirements. So we're now looking at a particular area in the Western Cape, South Africa, on the platform called Restor. The area is called Greyton, and you can see a polygon drawn around the particular project area that we're going to look at. And I'm zooming out now so that you can see that it lies about an hour and a half outside of Cape Town. So Cape Town is a city that you're probably familiar with. There's the project area that we're considering. And the reason this is important is because all of the ESG requirements are concentrated here in the CBD area of Cape Town. It's very difficult to solve ESG commitments in a city area, and so we're going to look at the Greyton area and how they can help corporates in Cape Town. So I've zoomed back into the Greyton area, and you can see listed down the left-hand side here are a number of individual projects that are registered in tiny little pockets of the polygon that we can see drawn there. I'm going to click on one called Greyton Agroforestry, which is a proposed area just to the south of Greyton, where a food forest is planned to be built. And what I'd like to show you is all of the information that's available about this area here in the middle column. So it shows you the kind of native species there. It shows you what plants can be successfully grown there. There's the total number of plant species in the region, a little bit about the environment, the average temperature, average rainfall, soil pH, going through this very, very quickly just for you to get an idea of what can be done here. It shows you the current organic carbon in the soil and the potential carbon in the soil, so you can see what carbon sequestration this particular piece of land can do. There's all kinds of other reporting things that can be done here. It shows you the type of landfill that is there. It shows you a little breakdown of the region itself, and further on it shows you tree cover. So the very big idea here is that the corporates in Cape Town who are needing help in meeting their ESG commitments can outsource that commitment to the Greyton, these various projects that are happening here, into a kind of community fund. Now, the people working on the ground in Greyton are paid in the local currency, local cryptocurrency, which allows them to create a very healthy circular economy in Greyton. And when any expenses need to be paid that cannot be paid in the cryptocurrencies, for example, the hiring of heavy machine moving equipment, then they can tap into the community fund, which has been funded by corporates. In exchange, corporates get access to this platform so that they can see the progress that's made. And obviously, as their ESG commitments are met, either more or less can be funded into the community fund. The local municipality in Caledon remains involved because very many of the projects that they should be undertaking, but which they don't have budget for, can be done by the local workforce on the ground. And there can be some kind of arrangement as to how funds are exchanged between the two. So there was a very, very quick overview of how we create healthy value flows between corporates, between local governments, and between citizen or grassroots movements on the ground. We did go through that very quickly, but I hope it's given you a taste of what we'll be covering in the book. I'd recommend that you go and look at both platforms, Restor.eco and joinseeds.earth, so you can get a feel of what can be done there. And start thinking about how you can be approaching corporates in your area, how you can be approaching the mayor of your local municipality, and discussing ways in which you can create these healthy value flows. Hope that's been useful. Thanks for your time. Go well. Bye-bye.